Actually, in Burma, the unity is very strong. Like, just say like more than 95% of the people, they accept the unity party. You can see, as for example, the by-election, they do election for the 55 parliamentary seats, and NLD won 43. So we can say almost like more than 95% won it. And then this is by-election. If the military junta, they allow the NLD to compete in the election in 2010, I'm sure they're gonna win again the same thing they did in 1990 election. So I'm sure they are very strong backing up to the NLD. For the people, they all love Aung San Suu Kyi, and then her leadership to become Burma to become a democratic country. So right now, all we need is like Dr. Win said, Professor Win said, as a Canadian government or the European Unions and then the United States, instead of lifting the sanction, I think they should follow like Aung San Suu Kyi recently said that instead of lifting the sanction, they should wait and see what is really the results of the by-elections, and then the talk between the talk inside the parliaments and the talk between the military junta. Thank you.
I think let me please check with the director. Do we have time for one more question? No. Yeah. One quick more question.
Yes, very interesting. I would like to know if the three of you are allowed to go back, and if you had to go back, what kind of risk would you face?
In my personal case, if I go back, my head will fall off my shoulder. I'm very quite positive. So I'm not going back with the situation because the Burmese army is a state within a state. The President Thein Sein has ordered the army to have a ceasefire with all the ethnic groups, but the army won't listen. So there's a much confusion who is the real power, whether it's President Thein Sein or the military junta.
I'm gonna answer very quick. Actually, I got experience about this because like one of my friends, she was a high school student too. There was a people uprising inside Burma in 1988, and then last December, because of the military government announced that like anybody can welcome to come back inside Burma unless they do the criminal offenses. So my friend, she wanted to go back to Burma to do some like social work. So she applied for the visa. She had to wait for 3 months, and then they even sent someone to go to the to her house inside Burma to check the conditions, and then finally they refused the visa. So basically, it is very clear that even though they are saying internationally, they are saying that the country is changing, everything is open, but actually in real, like that is very opposite of what they are saying. So that's why we are saying that we should wait and see what is happening in the future. Thank you.
So we want to thank our three guests, Dr. Rosie Win, Dr. Eddie Win, and So, our 888 performer.
Thank you so much. First, I'd like to thank the distributor of the film, Mongrel Media, who actually contacted Amnesty International not only here in Vancouver, but also in Toronto to screen the film. And so a big thank you to them for partnering with us, and to Cineplex for allowing us this venue, and to all of you who came out to watch this beautiful film about this beautiful lady. If this is your first experience about Aung San Suu Kyi, it literally is a glimpse into the life of this beautiful person who has fought for human rights in her country for decades. And I encourage you to keep exploring and keep learning. There have been a lot of progress made in the last few years with her life. And for those of you who know about Aung San Suu Kyi, it just shows how pervasive she is and how she continues to fight for the rights of all individuals in her country. And so after we watch these types of films, I know we're very motivated, we're emotional, we want to know what we can do. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused, because we as Canadians sitting here in Vancouver have a huge role to play. Amnesty International really believes in the empowerment of individuals. So on your way out, we do have a table, and as the video said, there are 2,100 political prisoners still left in that country. So if you have a second, please sign a petition. These will be going to the military in Burma, letting them know that Vancouverites, Canadians support the rights of those individuals and that we won't forget about them. And if you don't have the time for a petition, which I understand, please share this story with your friends and your family. And this film will be coming out for public viewing starting tomorrow, so please encourage them to come out. But thank you so much for attending, and I hope you all have a good night.